So this is the 6.6 practice sheet. This is how to solve equations with logs and exponents. And I encourage you to do this sheet before looking at these answer videos, how things are explained, because you should be able to do a lot of these yourself. I personally love the part at the top that just kind of gives you some reminders of how to solve log problems. So first of all, the first little helpful hint or reminder. If the equation's in log form, to solve it, you may have to change it to exponential form. And then vice versa, if the equation's in exponential form, try rewriting it in log form. Remember to get the b to the x term by itself first. So we will look at that when we're doing some problems. And then finally, don't forget to expand or condense when appropriate using the properties of logs, right? So we have the product property there, we have the quotient property, we have the power property, and we have the change of base formula. So we're going to be using all of those in these problems as well. So let's take a look at the first three problems together. So we have 18 to the 3x minus 5 is equal to 56. Notice that we are trying to solve for x that is in the exponent and that it is an exponential form. So our recommendation is, hey, maybe we could try to change this to log form in order to be able to solve. Okay? So remember, if we're going to change it to log form, we're going to write log, and then we will use 18 as the base because that's already the base. And then remember that the other two parts, the exponent and the answer, switch locations. So this is 56 here, and this is 3x minus 5. Okay? So now that we're in log form, we can see, oh yeah, we'll be able to solve for this x, right? This is just 3x minus 5, so we can just a linear equation to solve. On this side, log base 18 of 56. That's a number for our calculator. So that's not something that we have to worry about either. It's just a simple number. All right, so we have, we're going to need to solve for x. So let's add the 5, and then we're going to divide by the 3, right? So if we add the 5, I do want you to realize this is log base 18 of 56 plus 5. Don't try to shove the 5 anywhere into the log. That's not going to make any sense, okay? Because this is a log and this is just the number 5. Then to solve for the x, okay, so this is equal to the 3x, getting ahead of myself here. So then now we're going to divide both sides by 3. So x is equal to log base 18 of 56 plus 5 divided by 3. Okay, so when you pull up your calculator, let's see if I can get that to show here on the screen. Oh, that looks good. Okay, let me clear that out. And that. All right, so to type this in, we need log base 18 of 56. Now, I don't know if you have the math up, the log base. Okay, if you do, all you're doing is typing log base 18 of 56. Remember to watch the calculator video to really get into how to put those in. And then you can hit enter, you get that number, you're going to add 5 to it, and then you're going to divide by 3. I did that in 3 separate steps to make sure that my order of operations was correct. If you don't do it in separate steps, and you need to put a parenthesis around the numerator to tell it that you want to divide everything by the 3. Okay, so I feel pretty good about my answer though because I did do it in 3 separate steps. All right, so 2.131 is our answer, and I believe it did say to round to the third decimal place or the 1,000th place when possible. Okay, or when needed. All right, second problem. We have the natural log of x is equal to 4. So this is in log form. So remember our recommendation is let's turn it into exponential form See if that goes well. So remember, for natural log, the base is e, and then switch those other two parts. So now we have e to the fourth equals x. Fantastic. E to the fourth is x, and so we'll type that into our calculator. So the E button is behind the natural log button. So you're going to hit second ln, and that'll be E, and then it will raise it to a power for you because you don't usually want just the number E. So E to the fourth is about 54.598. 54.598. Okay, seems simple, and it is, but it is testing you whether you understand logs and exponents and the inverses. All right, next problem. This is an exponential problem. I can tell because it doesn't say log, and also because I have e raised to the x power, the variables in the exponent. So in order to solve this, this is that, back up to that little hint, number 2. If the equation is in exponential form, try rewriting it in log form. Remember to get the b to the x term by itself first. I mean, that is really helpful. It is totally necessary that we do that first. So although we want to turn this into log form, we first need to get the e to the x term by itself. All right, so first we want to subtract 4 then. Okay, get that 4 out of there. So this is negative 2 e to the x is equal to negative 27, right? Now we're going to divide both sides by negative 2. So we have e to the x is equal to negative 27 over 2. So that's just 27 over 2. You know, you can divide it out in 13.5 if you want to. That's fine too. Okay, so now that we have e to the x is equal to this number, now it's time to turn it into log form. So this is log base e, or in other words, natural log, and then switch the location of the other part. So 27 over 2 is equal to x. Great, this is a number for our calculator. So although I'm guessing that you were a little intimidated by some of these problems, some of them are actually a little easier than they first seem. So natural log 27 divided by 2 is equal to 2.603. So if you are supposed to answer a rounded number, obviously that's the rounded number. And if you're supposed to answer an exact answer, like say in Math Lab or something, you would type in natural log 13.5 or natural log 27 divided by 2.